Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye. So we're gonna do this week's a look into the unknown about obscurities, and basically what we're gonna do is you just can't even believe it, like how we got through. But I want to say, like, what is this disturbing oddity that these teenagers are flipping out and doing heinous acts of crime to the point where you're even like disarrayed just seeing it in the news and so disturbed. It's to the point of a disturbance where you sit and you actually try to connect to your own source, whatever religion you are, and you're trying to center yourself and get yourself aligned and practicing whatever you can through meditation and saying, why would a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old out of South Carolina uh, just go and stab their peer and bludgeon them and set them on fire? So we actually have to say that there's this like obscurity still in the public of heinous. And when I'm looking at it quickly, it has to do with ruins. But when I'm looking at cartel and anything like that, they're still obscured. So when I know, as far as my studies go with religious based crimes, is that when they get amped and they use power, and power could be anything of anything like a type of ordinance, even to a simplicity of a Vesta powder on a cast in and a cast out, depending on how well they can do their craft, then you just can't even understand. It's as simple as even Catholicism is just as powerful when they light their candles for intention. So when I look at this, I have to say, where else is this? Now, when I'm doing this, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing almost like pepper in the nose. And when I'm seeing pepper in the nose, I want to say, what are you doing? What do you like? It's like this old thing, and like in the 1950s, you used to like clear out with like cayenne pepper. And I'm like, I haven't seen that in a long time when I was having a discussion with family. And when I look at it through and through, I have to say, do we actually look at the numbers or anything else? I'm a little bit more drawn to the peach moonstone runes, though. What obscurity really needs to come out? As I'm looking at these individuals' eyes, there's something of a crazed daze. There's simple of like purple haze. And it's something of this, and it's LGs. And I know it's a little hard, but that's defense. There's a type of defense that's upon and within. And when I'm looking at it, and I pull this out, Tewa, which is warrior, which is an arrow up, you have to say there's like this type of joy. Like they sit there proud, and they're like, yes. This is so similar from like 1968 to 1979, where witch talk was actually like the storyline, how it came out with the stock markets crashing and disappearances, and everyone was luck and lady luck, and everyone was an all about and a go about, and everyone was, hey, how do you do? So when I see Woon Ho, it's a type of joy when they actually do this incident, which is like, I haven't seen this in a really, really long time. Hera, that's harvest. What are they collecting when they actually go through? And when I'm seeing it, I'm seeing this type of energy going within them, and it's contained. And it's not like a positive energy. It's like a dirty, mucky, soiled dirt, opaque energy, which would disturb somebody to the point of no meditation, to zombie like, even without intoxicating. And that would be something that people who study the Ayurvedic diet, to anything that would be of Buddhism, to have this like type of living, almost like robotic stonework, and they're like, I'm fine, I'm good, but then they pop off. So with that being said, when I say a was, it's a type of strength that actually comes in to actually go through that. Now the last one is Sawul, and you see sun, And I'm looking at this type of rearing. Who is actually behind these children, these minors, to anyone else that rear them, that makes them stand tall like that and go about in their own way and do justice like that, as I said. And why would I actually throw that out there? Is it a form of justice, or was it just needed to get done? So that's what I say. You actually need to spell it to the highest degree of none. Now, with that, you can't even do a do. So let's go to the Wild Unknown Tarot. Obscurities, as I remind you guys, is a type of incident or anything that needs to get drawn out that psychics can see, that is usually hidden so hard. Usually we do that as like occult like studies, that it has such power behind it that you have to chisel away softly because it could slam you in the face. Uh, from experience, it will make you profound. It makes sinus infections, and you literally walk around stone face if you chisel too hard. Daughter of Pentacles, that is literally the Page of Pentacles. It is like this young, naive offer of like, here I do it, but I'm not really seeing a whole lot of people. It's almost trend like. So when I'm seeing Hierophant, I'm actually looking at source. I'm actually looking at someone who is resourceful. I'm actually seeing how this actually goes through as chaos, absolute chaos. And when I'm looking at the psyche to psychology to anything like that, it is a type of chaos of the mind, but not haywire. So when I look at the Hermit, I actually look at it and say, it is severe isolation. There's no upon or within. They're highly contained. The Father of Wands says you can't even see it hard enough. This is such an honor when something like that happens, that you can't even see it. And it's not even derogatory. And let me remind you, it's really not too much. So it is a little bit of a deep dive of a look in, but just briefly because it is minors involved. Now, with that being said, the Daughter of Swords, that is the Page of Swords, it comes in very quickly as a type of haste, of a cutaway, of throwing energy, and it's strong. How did they get so strong at throwing energy like that? Usually it's that, and it's confirmed. It is a throw of energy. You must be leery of the spelling. Now, with that, you have to literally sit and use instinct, intuition, and psychic, if you are psychic, on every type of discipline that's going to come in these type of instances, that you just can't contain it. And when you can't contain it, you gotta let it go and actually say, just do, and just do. Now, with that being said, I have to say, everything is. Now, as I'm seeing the new, like, collective universal energy, I see a gold coin still, which is like a pentagram sign, like an old coin. I'm seeing a round sphere. I'm seeing an orange object. And the bottom that hits ground level is yellow, which keeps coming up in the animal spirit, the golden egg. Now, when I look at this, I have to say there is like this internal unrest. So when I see it, there's like monetary balance in this. This is disturbing, but it's wishes fulfilled. That's why it's disturbing. The Mother of Wands, you have to sit there almost like a Lucifer, hardened of mother energy, and watch it and say, what is going on with my children? Because they weren't like that an hour ago. But then it was, I think you need to sit. There's some sort of disturbance. Daughter of Wands. This is Page of Wands. It is something of a new start, I'm hearing in clairaudience. It is a new, I see the snake, I see the coil, I see the bands on the snake, I see a type of wanting to be copper, but really it is not even silver. It's colloidal. It's a metal. It's silver, but it's not silver colloidal. But then I also look at this and I say, the Six of Pentacles, they thought they were going to get paid, and they're not. And they're not. The world literally looks at this and it says completed in DONE. It was meant to be. And when I see it, I'm seeing a different way of spelling. So when I look at this and I have to say, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, loss of inheritance, loss of culture, loss of a lot of things, even a piece of paper. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the obscurity of the type of crime that came through in South Carolina with the miners that came in, but also what is the obscurity that is seeing and how we have to gently chisel away with it. Because when you go and chisel away with obscurities, which usually is the occult base instances, that it could slam you with energy in the face. And you got to be careful because you don't know what they're doing to obscure it on whatever they don't want you to see. And that is when we talk about the loss of inheritance after they use this type of crime on all forms of the mind, body, and soul, depending if it's a spiritual crime. It's really nasty, really nasty. This is really unhappy as this turns out. Now, the Daughter of Cups in reverse literally says that, you know, this offer on the table that comes in with these type of instances and these new obscurities that are dropping down, that you have to say the paper lays. So as I see, as we go on this transition of new presidential terms and anything that is still a continuance on, and you're putting paper on the table as part of work, and you say, here you go, Joe, here you go, Mary, here you go, Lisa, or any one of your names, and then you go and you finish whatever your job is, you literally can go into the car and you're like, there's something wrong, and how did that hit? It's like this, like I said, this energy is, when you look at it and how it's showing me, is if you look at a brake pad or rotors and how it's smooth with a grain, it's like that, and it cuts right through natural energy. So when I see this, the Three of Wands, this was actually foreseen. It like stopped me and it said 1978. It does not want me to go forward anymore. But it is a type of partnership. It is not devilish. It is sheer alone. ALON. It's a type of curse. Type of curse that comes in through energy. So when I see the Two of Swords in reverse, it is unbeknownst. And as I have said, I have heard railroad. I've heard yellow sign. They want me to see snake, but I see the gold coin and the silver coin. It is meant to be a little bit more of a mystery. That's disgusting, nasty. But the Eight of Pentacles actually means you need to do this, otherwise there is going to be a reverse. So this type of individual or individuals that are controlling these type of obscurities that have really disturbed the public for quite a while, and it came on quick. And you know, as we look at the other crimes that are coming in with the issues with illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, And then as we dug into a little bit with Aztec and Mayan descent and anything like that, on how their rituals were very heinous at times, that you have to say, I don't really feel that it is, but we keep saying, why do we need a jar of dirt? Alrighty, let's look at something a little bit lighter to calm that energy down. Okay. White Sage Tarot, what do we need to know? Right off the bat, it's happened before. Civil War. I'm seeing horse. I'm seeing the gelding again, just like the Salem witch trials. It is a type of addiction. It is a type of inhibition. They're showing me the ground. They're showing me the grass. They're showing me, like in the fall, the way the grass is brown. They're also showing me how, just like in the movie Hocus Pocus, how the teenagers went into the woods and they did a ritual, and then those who were adult and conservators of them literally had to go into the woods upon investigation, and the children had to show them exactly what they ate. And it was a type of holly and it's a type of cranberry, but it's based off a tree, and it's highly intoxicating to almost euphoric. So when I look at it, you have to say the Eight of Cups comes in and says, no, take that away, but you just can't do it at all. So when I see the Page of Pentacles, it's still like on the table, Now, when I see justice in reverse, it really is nasty justice. Like, you can't get anything done. Anything. Because a lot of these people who are going to come in with whatever has come through, it's going to say there's mental health illness and it's been running in the family. I'm so sorry. There's really nothing I can do. Have you been to your mental health clinic? So when I look at it, the Five of Cups in reverse is where the crash and the burn is, with the bull in the china shop. Alrighty. Let's look at Literary Witches Oracle, and then we'll end with a Starseed Oracle. This one is really aiming more towards the Middle East, but I'm seeing this as something that you just couldn't even do. So yes, go ahead, Space Cowboy. Go ahead and ask a question when you're ready. Go ahead and just type it right in. Alrighty. What else do we need to know? It's like the Middle East, but it's not the Middle East. It's more like a Kyrgyzstan, but I'm seeing more Russia. I'm seeing more Alaska. I'm seeing more mountains and snow in Europe. Justice. When I see this, I'm actually saying this like energy. It is justice, and it's like a gunpowder and lead. Okay, just reading the question. she is destined. It's letting me see it a little bit more, but I can't talk about like a whole lot on this woman right now. I hear it is destined. You weren't supposed to, but it's written destiny. There's a difference between energy, destiny, and fate to written fate and destiny. So going back with this energy that's been coming in with the obscurities and whatever has been happening in the collective, because it is related to a lot of the questions that come in, even if they're personal questions, is it has to do with loss. And it actually is making everyone lost and be at a standstill and a halt still, almost on a stay put order, because you can't even understand how nasty it is being in like an isolation to a separation. And it has to do with humanity. So when I'm looking, yes, she does. Yes, she does think of you often. Highly devoted. There's still like everyone who cannot even see each other right now. And it's this thing about COVID and bird flu that comes in. It really is still highly devoted to each other. So when I'm looking at teacup, I'm actually looking like Beauty and the Beast, and I see Chip. When I see Eye, I'm seeing Eye of Horus, Egypt. When I'm seeing Creature's Paw, you want to say wit and fun, but I'm seeing alligator. When I'm seeing cat, I'm seeing GON, which is the Crips and the Bloods. When I'm seeing Virginia Woolf vision, they've seen this before. It's happened. It's really like an omen, like hoodoo, voodoo, juju. When I'm seeing the subconscious, they are saying it's already right there in your head if you're already like picking up on it. When I see knife, it really is this like when you hear it, you see it, you feel it, you pick up on it. A lot of times they say you're not really strong enough and it's a go about order and mind your business. There's something about books when I see this, but I'm seeing this type of look on the table. You want to say go about, and you want to say a gasp when you see this book. The energy fleeted from it. So when I actually look at it and I see bravery, I actually have to say you have to wonder about a lot of things out of there. How are they? They're brave. They're brave individuals that did that. Justice is served. To that. So when I'm looking at it, I actually understand it. Hoodoo, voodoo, juju. But then when I'm actually looking at it, I'm saying, where's the puppet? I have to say, there's a reason why there is this card. It means you have to go get it. It's an object. It's a sand, it's a liquid, and it's a container. And you have to lock it up. You have to put a fortress around it. This goes right back down to Marie Laveau, which is down in New Orleans. And when you see soul, it's almost ghoul-like. It's like this darkened soul. Glove is an offering. And then when I see it, it is like a view of a preview of a future. And that's what causes the rebellion. It's very dark when it comes in. Very, very dark. All right, Starseed Oracle. And then we will end this. All right. Uh, there is this like degree of physical and emotional healing, and that is still directed to those who are asking questions. There is this like wild card where it opens up like a window of opportunity to go and visit, and then all of a sudden it's like a halt stop. And then when you look at it, everyone's like on common ground. All of a sudden you see like 16 people. Like we were literally all like isolated. Like I couldn't even go see here, and it was like COVID, but not COVID. And people are acting odd, like we're having strange crimes. So when we look at it and you say it already lies within you, this intelligence, you already know what to do. Just keep following your instinct, your intuition. If it says stay away, don't do. There's a lot of apologies coming in once it hits you. I see a 212, 229, but really it's a 312 where there's an opening of a door, and that's all you need to know. So with that, there's a lot of things, and it's something of learning how to be human again, humanity and kindness, that they really need to hone it down a notch. A lot of people in the communities right now, to the cities, to the towns, everything, because everything is just not right. All forms of the meaning and the spelling. So, with that being said, that's all I have for tonight. This is usually our shorter show because of how intense it can be with the energy. With that being said, any questions, leave a comment or send me an email. A like and a share is greatly appreciated, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good night, everyone.